Hello, everyone, and how are we doing? It is the start of a new week. We are off and running. And if you were in the US, we definitely had that eclipse today. A lot of things going on. So, want to hear from you guys. How did your week start out? Did you guys get to see the eclipse? Did you guys hit it at work? I know some people took today off. It was a neat little thing. Schools were optional attendance for a lot of kids out there, and there were a lot of people taking work off today. Uh, Part of it's the eclipse, part of it's just because it's Monday, and they were like, just kind of want to extend the weekend, So a few different things going on. So just kind of want to see how your guys' week got started, and what did you do today? What kind of goals have you set for yourself? Going into the mid we're still early before mid. It's been a full week into the month, so kind of see how we got started. Want to hear from you guys how everything was going and how you are approaching everything. So definitely good stuff to talk about. I know today's morning post we did a conversation about middle management and this brick wall mentality when especially when they you start talking about servant leadership and what it means to be a servant leader and what it means for those leaders uh, to serve those who they are in charge of essentially or who are in their care. And it could be a really dicey conversation sometimes. You know, part of it is those middle managers just aren't trained. They don't have a really good experience. Their leaders growing up who kind of trained them or mentored them or coached them. A lot of them were very hands off. They were either micromanaged or they were just so free range that they didn't really get that leadership, that development. And you've heard me talk about it time and time again. It's a big thing in the corporate world where leaders are afraid to bring those up below them to their level because there's a few biases going on. Maybe they don't like the way it works. There's a lot of insecurity in it. Some leaders are very insecure about training those below them because they feel that they'll come up and surpass them and take their jobs. That is the wrong attitude to have. And if you're in a leadership position or you are a leader of individuals and that is your mentality, you have no place being a leader because that's not what a leader does. A leader grows everyone around them and a leader creates other leaders. That is the point of leadership. That is what you do to grow and inspire. You've heard me talk about it before. There are a few leaders out there who become the single point of failure. And if your organization, your team can't get along without you because you are that single point of failure, you have failed as a leader. So it's a lot of things we need to talk about. And there were a few good discussions that came in the comments. And one of the things, kind of really touched base on was it's not easy, but it's doable. It's not impossible. There's a lot of personalities that play into this biases, mentalities, how people were brought up to those leadership roles, right? So there's a lot of factors that go into this, but it's not impossible. And actually, servant leadership is very, very easy to do once you get comfortable with doing it, once you understand the concept of serving those below you. Because when you take care of your people, those are who are in your care, they will take care of everything else. It is the natural order of things. But when those below you are walking on eggshells, they have to consistently be careful of what they do or say because they're going to get hounded or heckled or whatever. That's You're already talking very, very bad team culture. You're talking bad organizational culture. Work stagnates, innovation stagnates, productivity stagnates, and you hit that rut where people just show up, do what they got to do, and get out. In the military, I kind of coined it the 60% soldier, right? So this is the person who comes in, does enough that they're getting their work done, but there's no extra to it. They're making sure they're flying under the radar. They go unnoticed. They get in, they get out, they're there for a paycheck, right? And that's not what you want. You want people who are willing to try new things, experiment, innovate, grow, try to make things better, more productive, more streamlined. That's what you want from your team. And if you're that leader who's afraid of that, because one, you're either afraid of changing and know how to manage that, or two, because you think they're going to come and take your jobs, well, it's time for you to probably look elsewhere, and give people that opportunity to grow and excel or embrace it. Learn. Now's a perfect time for you to learn those skills, develop them, understand them, and empower your team. And trust me, you as a leader, you're going to be very, very thankful when that happens because one, it's going to free up a lot of your stuff. And two, it's going to really empower your team and they're going to do some amazing work. And they will make sure that their peers do not slack. They will not let slackers get by. They will make them pull their weight or they will make them pretty much self-select out. So definitely a lot of things to talk about here. Definitely a lot of things going on. Love to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on that? And what you're gonna do to empower your team this week and this month? All right, guys. Off to a great start. Love it. Hope everyone's doing okay. Can't wait to hear from you. Stay good.